Welcome one more time to the Veteran Show. This is the place where we bring interesting leaders from the community to talk to us about the impact of veterans or the impact that veterans are having in the community, and also how individuals, companies, organizations can serve as resources for our veteran community. And today we are conducting the legal segment with Kelly Bagla. Kelly is a business attorney in San Diego, and she is hands down the best business attorney you would ever find. Kelly comes with many years of experience, entrepreneur herself. She is the queen of networking. She is the queen of negotiating and also defending the rights and privileges of business owners and especially our veterans. So I would like to welcome Kelly to our show to talk about our next segment and our next topic, which is on franchising versus business opportunity.
Hello,
Welcome, Kelly.
Joe. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be on with you.
No, thank you very much. It's really our pleasure, and it's really an honor to know someone like you, because like I mentioned, and I say this from my heart because working in business and doing business for years and stuff, and working with many attorneys, and knowing how the attorney mindset works. I mean, you are no match to any. Nobody comes close to how you work, how you do it, how you approach your people, how you approach us. You know, from clients to friends to having a great connection, and it's just amazing. So I am honored to know you and to be working with you.
Wow, Joe, stop it. I don't even have any tissues on my desk here. You stop it. It truly, truly is my pleasure, Joe. And likewise, I feel exactly the same way about your affinity, your relationship, your professionalism, just bar none, bar none. So um again, thank you for having me on the show. But before we do discuss our topic, I do have to mention that any content shared today on this show is for information purposes only, and it does not create an attorney client relationship, and it does not it does not create legal advice. So that's my disclaimer. But everyone that is looking for legal advice, you absolutely have my contact information. Joe can share my contact information. We'll be happy to do one-on-ones offline. But today's topic is it's kind of beautiful, especially in the landscape of what's going on right now, Joe.
Hmm.
The, anytime, what I've noticed, anytime when there's sort of like a downturn, or the economy isn't doing too well, or something's going on, or we've got a global pandemic, one thing that always, always, always 100% will never let you down is actually your own entrepreneurial journey. Becoming an entrepreneur is just an incredible freeing independent feeling that keeps continuing, because you pass it on to generations, and then the next generation. And this is how wealth is created in this nation, Joe. It's from becoming an entrepreneur, and then working those businesses and creating more wealth, and bringing in the family and passing it on. But to become an entrepreneur, right? I mean, right now we have several opportunities. Uh, Today we're going to talk about franchise and business opportunities. Well, what's the difference? Well, a franchise is, if we start off with an example of a franchise would be a McDonald's. It would be a Subway. right? What do they have in common besides being fast food places? What do they have in common? If you go to a McDonald's down the street from you and you go to a McDonald's in Boston, right? In Boston, in Massachusetts, it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be the look, the feel, the food, the drinks, everything is going to be exactly the same. So when you franchise or you're interested in starting or purchasing into a franchise, there are a couple of parties that play major roles. The first one is the franchisor. That's the person that actually creates and founded the franchise itself. So they're the ones that created the franchise. Now, in order for them to actually go out and sell this model of business, what they do is they'll create a very first um, a, a very first franchise. Based on that very first franchise, they're going to have all the franchise documents. They also have to register with the states where they want to actually open franchises in. Each state has their own rules and regulations when it comes to franchising. And by the way, franchising actually has its own law as well. So it's called franchising law. So
Mm,
franchising is extremely heavily regulated. But the beautiful thing about a franchise is, one, the work's already been done for you, right? You have a
right.
structure, you have documentation, you have processes and procedures, you have support, you've got control. Um, there are other advantages to actually having a franchise, because again, you don't have to do any brand recognition. You already have brand recognition. The benefit of a franchise literally is you can purchase a franchise tomorrow and open the doors, and it would be literally as if someone would walk into your franchise because they know the brand recognition. It's not about you being a brand new owner and we're starting this brand new business. You literally are just picking up, you purchased this franchise, you've been given all the tools to it, and now you go out and duplicate it. So that's really a model of a franchise. Now, with franchising, obviously we've got our cons as well, right? Big, massive
Right.
cons. The biggest negative of a franchise is that for the life of the franchise, what I mean by that is sometimes you'll get a contract for either 5 years with the franchise or 10 years with the franchise. I've even seen contracts that go up to 15 years. The common ones are about 10 years because it takes time to build that reputation within the community, and it takes time to obviously build the business itself. But one of the biggest cons is you have to pay royalty fees for the remainder of the life of the contract for the franchise. So as long as you have the franchise, you have to pay royalty fees. On top of that, you have to buy into this. So you have to pay them a license fee. You have to pay them a one-time purchasing fee, and then for the remainder of the franchise, until you own it and run it, you pay them royalty fees. And these royalty fees can be anywhere from 7% to 25%. It depends on the franchise itself. Um, Regarding business opportunities, really, a business opportunity is a pre-made business, if you will. It's not a franchise because it's not regulated, it's not governed, it's not controlled. This is basically a business in a box. So, for example, an example of a business opportunity would be medical billing, right? And then the
Mm,
other big example of a business opportunity, med spas. How many med spas are there out there right now? How many medical billing companies are there out there right now? So literally, you would buy a company, you'd buy this company in this box that comes with all of the SOPs. It comes with materials. It comes with documents that you might need. So a business opportunity literally is, okay, I have created this SOP for this med spa. Now I can sell it to you, and then you go out and implement it. So with a business opportunity, you have 100% control over how you run it, where you run it, um, but you have no structure in how you're going to run it. So if you and I were going to go out and open med spas, and you and I both had the same package that we just purchased, and I went into my creative zone and I wanted my med spa to be, more glamorous and more sparkles and inviting Hollywood, so to speak. And for you, your med spa could be, we're just serving men. That's all we're going to do. So there's this huge difference between how you can control and run your business when it comes to a business opportunity purchase. Um, the the biggest, I would say, con for a business opportunity literally is you have zero brand recognition. Zero. That means that you have to start from scratch one. From day one.
Mm,
Marketing is horrendously expensive, right? You can spend a lot of money and get no attraction at all. So you have to keep that in mind. There's going to be marketing expenses. That's going to really be your biggest expense because nobody knows you. There's
right.
going to be there's no structure. So if somebody else wanted to open a med spa down the street from you, that they could, because there's no structure, so to speak. And then with a business opportunity, you do not have to pay any type of royalty to anyone. That's the most freeing benefit of actually buying a business opportunity company, or an opportunity rather, than actually going into franchise. So they both have their benefits and they also have their negative aspects of it too. But Joe, there's so much opportunity out there right now. And if anyone is thinking about going into entrepreneurship for themselves, if they're done with their 9 to 5, if they've saved up, they've worked 20 years of their life and they've saved up money, and finally they can go into business for themselves, this is a fantastic time to do that. And there are vehicles out there that will allow and make it easier for you to actually enter into the marketplace.
That's a very extensive explanation. It makes it very clear, though, on the difference between one and the other. And I had some questions that I wrote down last night. I was like, oh, I got to ask Kelly this. So on the franchise, one of the things that I'm kind of heard about and stuff is, of course, the cost of buying it was, well, there's two different aspects of it. I want to make sure there's the aspect of, if my business, I want to franchise my business, I want to be the franchisor. That's a different path, right? I already have this. I already have 5, 10 years, according to what you said, right? About 10 years that they've been running that business, so they have traction, they have brand recognition, so they can now actually meet with you, get all the documentation ready to certify it with the government as a franchise, and be able to offer it to other people who want to buy the franchise and become franchisees, which is a different track,
Correct.
right? Okay. Now the other one was on the business opportunity. So the business opportunity, what I hear you saying is that you can buy the business opportunity. Basically, you're buying a kit, like someone buys a kit, right? Buys the
Correct.
kit,
Yes.
and I can go start it in California, or I can go take it somewhere else, and whatever I get, whatever color I decide to use it, whatever stuff like that, and I don't have to pay royalties back to the seller of that kit, right?
Correct.
Okay. What about the training? Can the training be included in the business opportunity or no?
Absolutely. With business opportunities, Joe, you can negotiate anything. You
Oh, okay.
cannot negotiate anything with franchises because a
Right.
franchisor, they have their set policies
Mhm.
and procedures. They have their set structure. Can't negotiate anything.
Right.
With a business opportunity, 100% everything is negotiable.
So that's why when you go to Subway, one of those, you always have someone who opens the bread in a certain way, walks a certain way, asks the same questions. So that makes sense. That makes
Yes,
sense.
yes,
So
exactly.
back on the business opportunity, if they say, if I have a business opportunity and I want to offer it, I want to launch it out and put it on social media and say, this is a business opportunity, come and buy it. I don't have to register that with the federal government, correct?
That is correct. You do not have to.
Okay.
It's literally as if you are buying a business. So, for
Mm,
example, let's just take med spas, right? With med
mhm.
spas, I'm going to give you like this big, massive binder. This is everything what you do, operations, how you run it, how you get clients, how you market this, how you do this, how you do that. Where do you get your products from? Where do you get your equipment from? So that's really like, here you go. This is if you want to start a med spa. At the same time, you can ask for training because these companies that offer these business opportunities, they offer a lot more. They also offer consulting services, right? Clearly they
Right.
want to continue making money
Of
on
course,
this
of course.
relationship. And so there's a lot of negotiations, if you will, with business opportunities. And you're correct, Joe. You do not need to register them with any government state agency.
Okay. Now, if I just again, I want to offer. I'm a business. I want to offer this a business opportunity. I provide the book, the rule book, then also consulting package. But also, what I would like to do is also because you're right. The idea is to sell the business opportunity, but continue to be part of that business opportunity as we move along. So, can I also negotiate and say, hey, I know I'm getting this. You're buying this spot, but I would like for you to pay me X percentage of revenue for whatever revenue you have monthly. Can I do that?
Absolutely. So say you don't
Sweet.
have exactly, say you don't have income coming in right out of the gate. You don't have income coming in. So how are you going to pay your consultant? So you can always do like a profit sharing with them. You can always say, okay, I and 99% of the time, Joe, you're going to hire the consultant because you have no idea what you're doing. You
Right.
have no idea. So you can hire them for either 3 months or 6 months, totally up to you. You can do a profit sharing. You can say you can take percentage of the income that comes in. It's a beautiful thing about business opportunities. There really zero restrictions to them.
Well, that's music to my ears, and so I know this. Like we are working with one of the counties, and they want us to come out and present about how to start a business. So one of the things I would like to include is probably this video that way you explain it on how this works and get them to come up with those ideas because the real business is creating the business and
Correct.
making it expand. That's the business.
Correct. And also, don't forget about consulting, right? Everyone usually
Right.
forgets about consulting. That's a business opportunity too.
Mm. Well, that's a good point because let's say I'm a and let's say I'm a consultant or a business coach,
Mhm.
and so well, I want to focus and prepare my business coaching for let's say for um, medical for doctors or for accountants or for so I prepare myself a segment of population that I want to provide the service to that I'm familiar with, and then I said well I don't want I can't go to every state and move, but what I already have is the methodology, the how to, so I can package it and offer it, correct?
Absolutely. The other beautiful thing too, Joe, if you wanted to, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about right now, is licensing opportunities.
Oh, so besides in franchising, besides business opportunity, there's also licensing.
Yes.
So, okay, Kelly, this is pretty exciting, but we are out of time. So, what we'd like to do is do a part two of this franchise and also include licensing, because that's you're right. That's an interesting topic that I would like to hear from you. We'll
Beautiful.
do that next time.
I look forward to it.
All right, all right. Well, thank you very much, Kelly, again for being present on the show. And I know Tom is getting ready to end us out. And I'm looking forward to our next segment in May.
Thank you so much, Joe. Again, always a pleasure being on.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. This ends our segment, part one of franchising business opportunity. And as you heard, next next segment will be on licensing. How do you license your idea or your business? That's very interesting topic that Kelly is going to talk to us about. In the meantime, thank you very much for being present, and I'll see you next time.